Good day and welcome to Drupa Day 2. My name is Wayne Robinson, editor of Print 21 magazine. I'm on the eProductivity software stand. It's the first showing for the company at Drupa since it became an independent business 3 years ago now. I'm with Gabby and Nick, senior execs at the business. Gabby, you're the biggest software supplier in the industry. What's the message that EPS is giving to the industry at this show?
Yeah, so since we became independent, we've been investing a lot in our contribution to the industry ecosystem, to our partnership with key players, and to the way that we can enable customers to be able to get greater value from the investment that they've made. So one key message is our level of partnership and collaboration in the industry, and the second one is enabling technologies that allows customers to use our technology not just within our functional footprint, but also enable them to orchestrate and automate and improve their overall ecosystem that it may include equipment and software from many different vendors. So our technology is unique in the sense that it can allow them to do that, and for us it's a big lever to help them drive to a better future and to be able to get more out of the investment they already made.
Okay, so you're saying that when you work with, as a print business, if I work with eProductivity software, no matter what other equipment or software I've got there, you can all bring that under your hood effectively?
It's kind of, typically when you're using hardware, if you buy a new engine or if you buy a new piece of software, right, there's capability of that element and an ability of that element to communicate with the rest of your ecosystem. The issue is, how do you take all those different pieces and make them, play in concert? And what's unique about us is that in addition to great functional capabilities that we bring to market, we also had that glue, if you will, that allows you to connect it all together. And that's a big part of our value to the industry. And as the largest global software vendor in packaging and print, we believe that that's our responsibility to provide something like that and really facilitate the ability of printer and packaging companies to get a better outcome from all the investment they've made.
Yeah, because as most print and packaging companies have that typical complex infrastructure, don't they? Complex, different machines, different softwares. So really what you're trying to do is address that complex issue.
Absolutely. It comes with the territory. You have front-end system, you have back-end system, you have production system, you have different engines. How do you make all of that work well for you, right? So just think about a case of I have a trigger or an event that one of those systems generated, and now there's multiple steps I want to go and do in response to that. How do you get that orchestrated? You need a technology like ours to be able to do that, in addition to the fact that we can probably provide many functional elements of your overall network needs.
Okay, and as the biggest company, you guys obviously have a whole range of products under your packaging suite, under your print suite. But Nick, can I ask you, you're actually launching a whole new product here aimed at a particular segment of the market, aren't you? Which is a big segment in Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, absolutely. We launched Nubium this week, and it's launching for the English-speaking countries and in Germany. Nubium is really designed for those small, mid-sized commercial printers that are really getting diversified. It used to be commercial print was just offset. Now it's digital, it's wide format, but really having a product that they can hit the ground running. It's really just about logging in. The online tutorial, pretty simple to get it running quickly.
Yes, those print businesses, and in Australia it is the case that many commercial printers are now diversifying because digitalisation offers them that opportunity to get into wide format labels, packaging, apparel printing. And so Nubium is a software solution that embraces all those?
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing that diversification, and so being able to do very simple estimating with much less skilled employees in many cases, because we're just losing that skill in the industry, but having a simple solution, they can log in, estimate, turn that into a job, and start production very, very quickly. It's a game changer for many of our customers, and for the market, quite honestly.
Yeah, they're easy and simple. People have got varying experiences with MIS and software, particularly the small and medium-sized companies that might not have IT expertise. They may not even have that many young people working there. In reality, what does it mean for ease and simple? How long would it take you to get up and running with this system?
Yeah, it's generally a throwaway line, but we one of our first early customers, 5 hours of training, the rest of it was online tutorial, and they were up and running live in their business. We're typically expecting, less than 24 hours of effort. They'll probably go over a couple of weeks, but you're live in production.
Fantastic. And Australia and New Zealand, like much of the world, is facing a skill and labour shortage. It's facing an ageing workforce, and you're trying to address that with Nubium.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when I grew up in the business, I've been doing this for 30 years, you learnt the business. Today, we're getting kids that come into the industry that know computers, they know technology, but they don't understand the mechanics of manufacturing. And so bringing them a tool that really allows them to just enter some really simple data about what is the product and have the system do all the heavy lifting, that's the game changer for most of the market.
Okay, well, it sounds like it's going to be an interesting system, and that's going to be available after the show?
Absolutely. We're launching in English-speaking countries and in Germany, and right after the show, you should be talking to your local folks about it.
Okay, good. Nubium is just one part of the EPS offering, Gabby. You are developing non-stop in all different areas, and particularly the focus on print, the focus on packaging, different kind of areas. What's the future for EPS?
Yeah, so first it's indeed important to know that we do cover every segment of print and packaging. So if you look at the packaging side, folding carton, tag and label, flexible packaging, corrugated packaging, and in print, everything from large enterprises, commercial print, mailing, through display, implants, quick print shops, and so on. So Nubium does help us cover an underserved market that we believe we can really serve very, very, very well, and also be a path forward for some of our customers that are of that size and have been using legacy technologies for quite some time. So from that perspective, our intention is to continue to go deep in terms of how we help companies globally to be able to be successful as they diversify, as they grow. In addition to that, as a strategy of the company, we've basically applied our end market focus strategy that is really intended to make sure that we support the right recipe and the right success model for print and for packaging with a dedicated team, dedicated leadership that can do that well. So if you look at our booth in drupa, you can say print EPS and EPS packaging, which are kind of the two sides of the house with that dedicated expertise and dedicated market. And our strategy is to continue to do that successfully and with more depth as we continue to grow and we continue to expand.
Because EPS is, as you said earlier, 10 times bigger than probably any other company. And you also said, you talked about taking responsibility for that leadership position in the industry. What does that mean?
It really means that the things I've touched at the very beginning, which is how do we enable customers to be able to connect the dots? How are we enabling them to use technology that gets more value from investment that they've made? And how do we make sure that we partner extremely well with software and hardware vendors so that whenever a new capability is out there in the market, whether it's an engine or a new software capability, we can bring that value upstream in the value chain and not just have customers limited to the value that component in isolation can provide for them. So part of our effort with different players in the marketplace is to be able to provide that and provide that extra depth as early as we can so that people see faster time to value.
All right, well that all sounds good. So EPS, obviously a huge company. It's been great talking to you, Gabby, great talking to you, Nick. You're obviously developing some solutions, real solutions to impact the real industry. Thanks so much for your time, Gabby, Nick. This is Wayne Robinson, Print 21, signing off from the EPS stand at drupa 2024.